Hi everybody, welcome to your Thursday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards and I come to you live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. to show you a fun new project. So usually, or the last couple weeks, I've been showing you things that are about to retire and focusing on some retired items. But I thought I would kind of change it up a little bit and focus on some of the items that are just coming into our new catalog. So I'm super excited to show you guys what I came up with. And I was struggling because my order hadn't quite arrived when I was creating this card, so I didn't have the new in-color gems. But lo and behold, the UPS driver showed up. So now I have a full card that has all the brand new in colors. So I'm super excited to show those to you guys. But before we get started, before we get going on some fun crafting, I have a very special guest that wants to come in and say hello to everybody. So let me bring him in really quick.
Hi. How y'all doing? Good. I'm still looking for the next person available. And the price is right. I love you guys. Bye-bye.
So that, if you guys don't know, is my amazing brother-in-law. He totally helps out at all of our retreats. He brings the food in, he cleans up, he is a great help to myself and my husband to get the retreats ready for you guys. So he wanted to just pop in and say hello. I just wanted to make sure that we were up on my iPad too. So hello everybody. Hello Heather. Hello Anna. Let's see, who else? And Stephanie. Hello, ladies. So I didn't have a very productive day today. You know how you think they're productive, but they're really not, but they kind of are? Yeah, that was my day. So one of my errands today, I had to go to Costco. And as I'm in the meat department looking for some steaks for dinner, I was like, what is attached to my arm? So I actually left it on there so I could show you guys on my live. So I have a ribbon that is stuck on with a mini glue dot. And I swear to you, this went through the washer and dryer because I got it off of the shelf. I don't put my clothes away. We just wear them off of the laundry room shelf. So yeah, I left it there, one, to show you, and two, because it has a purpose, and I can take it off now and stick it so I know where it's at when I can't find the card that it belongs to. Oh, he's off on his four-wheeler. Let me close that door. Sorry. Sorry about that. He didn't close the door after he was leaving. Okay, so enough about that. My brother-in-law was super excited to come in and say hello to everybody. So let me flip you over and we are going to get started. Okay, so if you haven't already seen, I know a lot of demonstrators out there are showing the new in colors, but they are very pretty, very versatile, and we actually we used all 5 of these in the last weekend's retreat. So we have polished pink, we have fresh freesia, evening evergreen, soft succulent, and pale papaya. So those are the inks we're going to be using today, all 5 new in colors. So I'm going to set those aside. And let me bring in the card we're going to be doing today. So I kind of struggled because I wanted to use every single set that I just got, and I can't obviously do that. So I settled on this one, and I actually think it turned out super duper cute. So the new in color rhinestones, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see, but they have a shimmer to them. So they're kind of shimmery and glossy and shiny and sparkly like diamonds, just like us ladies like. So I'm glad my order came in today. So I went ahead and put a little diamond in each of them and some up at the corner. So I wanted to show you how I created this card. So the items that you're going to need, I did put it in the description, but I'll go over it with everybody. This is polished pink, and it measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it right in half at 4 1/4. You're going to need 2 pieces of our basic white, and you can have these the same, 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. I'm sorry, 4 by 5 1/4. And then I just have a piece of scrap here. This one is 2 1/4 inches by 1.5, and this piece is 1 1/4 by 2. So just a little bit of scrap paper. So I'm going to bring in, and you're going to need all of the in color scratch papers also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the pale papaya. And I have, oh, I didn't bring in the stamp set we're going to be using. Let me go back a second. So this is called Flowers of Friendship. I loved how big and bold this beautiful flower with the stems and the leaves on. You could literally stamp this and then color it in. But I did stamp it, but I used the cardstock to cover up the flowers, and it was able to keep the stem. And I'm using Life is Better with Friends Like You because literally you guys are amazing and I love it. Many thanks from all of us. Little card, big thanks. Thanks for everything. So I love this sentiment. We always need thank you cards. So I went ahead and put the two flowers on side by side. And I'm just going to ink this up in the pale papaya. We're going to stamp it. We're going to actually do this on all the colors. So I have my chamois right beside me. It is quite stained with ink, but it still works. So we can close that one up, set that aside. We're going to bring in the soft succulents. And I'm going to stamp this up. Let's see, who logged on while I am just stamping? Let's see, Darlene, hello. Tracy, hello. Did anyone else? Did I miss? Valerie, Lisa, hello, everybody. So there is the soft succulents. Let's bring in the fresh freesia. How many times are we going to mess that one up? That is definitely not an easy name to say. I'm going to ink this up and stamp. There we go. And then our last one, of course, we always have to have something pink because that is totally me. We're going to do the polished pink. And I will show you how I got these lined up perfectly. What I did is I took the punch and I punched this out on a scrap piece of paper. I'm just going to go ahead and do it for you. Even though I didn't stamp on that, I made myself a mask. So you're going to take your stamps and you're going to lay that right inside. And this one you're going to put right at the bottom. This is how I got it so I could just punch it one time. So I went ahead and picked it up and flipped it over just to make sure, oh, now that I moved it, make sure it's right in the spots that you want it. There we go, that's perfect. Flip it back over. Well, that one moved, but that's how I did it. It won't work on a live, of course. And then I put them together, and now when you stamp it, you can punch out the same time. So that's just a little tidbits. I should have brought my mask over, and I didn't. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my punch, and I'm going to punch out my flowers. You will get lots of shrapnel because there's extra little pieces. I'm just going to try to keep all of that out of the way so I don't get it confused. And because there's so much stamping and punching on this card, we're actually only going to be making one today. But there's extra little tidbits that I want to just show you guys to be able to create the flowers or the leaves. Let's see, get those over there. And then we have one left. Line that up. And there we go. Okay, so there are our flowers. And we are going to get rid of these. Push that over to the side. And I wanted to bring in the leaves. So the leaves are on both sides of the punch. So what I did, and I know this is going to probably sound a little weird, but it was the easiest for me to do. So I just had a piece of scrap 12 by 12 because I'm actually using this for boxes. So I went ahead and I just cut 4 strips, just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the Evening Evergreen ink, and I'm going to bring in, I need 1 large flower. So I'm going to stamp that. And then I need 3 smaller flowers. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. So because I cut these smaller, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Actually, this one obviously won't be difficult because I did that perfectly. Oh, no, I didn't. It's supposed to go the other way. And that's perfect. That's actually what I wanted to show you. So because they're offset a little bit, it is a little bit different to punch them. So I grabbed just a sticky note and I attached my piece to that. And now I can slide this in, line this up, and I will get it exactly where it's supposed to be, even though I am going to punch all of this, which is totally fine. But I got my flower. And I don't have to cut. You know how sometimes you are cutting and moving the paper around in your punch, and sometimes it's a little frustrating? This works perfect. Just grab a sticky notes. Sliding it in might be a little difficult, but we'll get there. There we go. Slide it in, and now you don't have to worry about take your pick tool and moving this around, and then it doesn't work. And it works perfect every single time. There we go. Let's grab this one. Actually might be okay because it's a little bit wider. So I should be able to get this guy in there. There we go. So that one worked without a sticky note. And this one we're going to have a sticky note as well. But I felt it was just less time consuming to do it this way versus trying to figure out which way to put your punch or your stamp. There we go. Super easy, right? Okay, there we go. So now we can start assembling our card. There's still a few extra steps in here. So I have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 basic white, and I'm going to grab my larger of the flowers. I'm going to ink this up in Mementos. Ink this up real good. Sorry if my desk is shaking. And I'm just going to stamp this off to the left side a little bit. There we go. Perfect. And now I am going to grab a little bit of our Tombow glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back side of these, and I'm going to lay them right inside the leaves, the leaf outline. There we go. 2 more. So you have 3 small ones and 1 large one. Perfect. Last one. And then we are going to grab, okay, so that is secured and ready to go. So I'm going to set this aside for a quick second, and I'm going to bring in my embossing machine. It is a little close, but we're only going to use this for a quick second. So I have one of our embossing folders. You can grab whatever one you want. I think this one's the textured tiles. I think that's what this one is. I forgot to write the name down. So I'm going to line it up right at that black line right across the bottom. That is going to make sure all of my images are they're going the right direction. So I'm going to close that, lay this down. And I didn't use dimensionals for the leaves because I knew I was going to run this through the embossing folder. And I'm going to show you what it does. It literally, sorry if I can get it out. There we go. So when you pull this off, it is going to embed the leaves into the paper as well as emboss your cardstock. I thought that was so stinking cute. I don't know if you can tell from the picture. Oh, you can kind of see it right there. That it just made it where it wasn't so glossy and flat. I really liked that. Okay, so now we can finish putting our card together. So on the little flowers, I didn't want too much dimension because I didn't want to have extra postage for the mail. So I went ahead and just put a mini dimensional on all of the bigger flowers. And then I'm going to put the littler ones on top. And that we will just glue down on top of our leaves. So we're just going to offset this a little bit. There we go. And we're going to do one more right there. Okay. So I would recommend doing the center flower first. The only reason why is these guys are going to overlap a tiny bit. So if you do these first, this is going to be sitting on top of it. But I don't know if it really, really matters. So we're going to put some adhesive on there. And I'm literally just covering up the Mementos ink that I put down. So you're never even going to tell that this had its own flower underneath it. So I'm going to come up here and tuck this in right up underneath. And then we're going to grab the pale papaya. I think that's the name of this one. It's going to take me a little bit to memorize the names. And this one is going to go right here. So easy, right? And it is so stinking cute. Okay, so we have one flower left, so let's bring in this scrap that we were playing with. And I have Life is Better with Friends Like You, because it is such a true statement. So I'm going to ink this up in the polished pink. And remember, there's always two sides to your piece of paper. The first time I stamped this, it was not straight at all. Actually, I will tell you what I really did. I tried to stamp it after I embossed it, and it was a hot mess. So that's why I came in and put this over top of it, and you literally have no idea that I totally messed up underneath it. But it still looks cute. Okay, so there's that. So let's grab some dimensionals, and there they are. And I am just putting some mini dimensionals on this guy as well. He's not very big. And that's what I have beside me. So I'm going to take this off. And if you noticed, I am doing the dimensionals on the basic white and not the other piece. So we're going to center this. Flip this over. Add some adhesive. And this one is going to go right tucked into the corner. Let's lift up that flower a little bit. There we go. And now we can come in and put our last flower down. So we have all of the beautiful in colors on one beautiful card. So before we attach this to our card base, I want to bring in the gems. And I want to bring in the little take your pick tool. And I'm using the putty side, and I'm literally just going to push off and see how it attaches to the bottom of it. I find if I try to use my fingers or something else, it ends up all over the place and not where I want it. So I'm literally just picking it up with the putty side. And then we have the, what's this one called? Fresh Freesia. Put that one on. Evening Evergreen, actually, I can probably remember that one. And the polished pink I can remember. But the other ones are going to take me a while. And then I'm going to grab the Evening Evergreen and I'm going to come up here and just put a couple up in the corner just to give it a little bit extra bling. There we go. Is that not super cute and super fun? So I'm going to bring in my card base. I already scored it, so I'm just going to crease or fold it and give it a good crease. I have my piece of basic white that goes on the inside. Put some adhesive on the back and lay that down. And then I'm going to flip this over and we're going to put adhesive on the back. And lay this one down. And I actually probably should have, I wanted to do this before I put the piece on the inside, but that's okay. We'll still see if it'll work. So they have this really pretty flower set at the bottom. So I thought, let's see what that would look like in the polished pink, which, oh, there it is. Like it was literally just here. And I want to come in and do it on the inside of the card. So I'm going to put this on my block, ink it up, and we're just going to put that right at the bottom. There we go. And you know what? That looks super cute. Let's come in and put one right up at the top. Perfect. And I will do that on my original card also because I didn't do it and I thought about it after the fact. There we go. And you could really do this to your envelope also. I don't think I have any envelopes sitting beside me, but you could definitely do this to the inside or the outside of your envelope. There we go. Look how cute this card is, and it is using the brand new set. It's called Flower and Friendship, and it comes with a coordinating punch. So it will be available May 4th when our new annual catalog goes live. So there you go. I thought it was super fun, and it turned out so stinking cute. Okay, that actually took a lot less time than I anticipated, even with Stephen coming in and saying hello and me yik-yakking. So yes, I did email out the July retreat information today, and I know many of you guys have already signed up for it. I'm very excited. We're already actually starting the prep work on all of the pillow gifts. So it is going to be an amazing time. So I'm so excited for the ones that have already signed up. If you haven't, I did post a QR code on the Facebook group. Was that not pretty cool that I created a QR code? It wasn't as hard as I anticipated, but it just took a lot of brain power to figure out how to do it. But it was super fun. You can just scan that with your camera and it will take you right over to the link to sign up for the July retreat. Okay. If you guys need anything, please feel free to reach out. I'm going to go in, finish watching our show with my husband. He'll probably go to bed, and I'm probably going to come out here because I did not get much studio time in today. But anyway, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.